Hello everyone, we are at the 16th Canadian Science Policy Conference in Ottawa. My name is Nasrin Sultana. I'm a postdoctoral scholar at the McGill University and volunteer with the Canadian Science Policy Centre. I'm here honored to be joined today by David Tweddell, Vice President Strategy and Planning for Digital Research Alliance of Canada for the CSPC 2024 interview series. The Digital Research Alliance of Canada serves Canadian researchers with the objective of advancing Canada's position as a leader in knowledge economy on the international stage. David's career is devoted to serving and enabling the research community. He has more than 25 years of experience in multiple sectors, including engineering, software, automotive product design and manufacturing, and academic research institutions. So David Tweddell, it's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, it's a pleasure to be here.
So let's go to the questions directly. So what are the most pressing needs in Canada's digital research infrastructure today? Are there any particular challenges that you focus or solve?
So I think one of the biggest challenges is data, access to it, making sure that it's available, making sure that it's protected. One of the other key features is compute capacity. Do we have enough computing capacity in production for the research community, whether it's virtual machines that enable a scholar of the humanities to analyze texts, or very large computing clusters to allow people to do work on engineering design or climate simulations.
Mm-hmm. So can you please elaborate on why digital research infrastructure and related services are so crucial for the academic community in Canada as a whole?
So digital research infrastructure, which includes computing, data management, software, training, talent development, and technical support, is the same as having electricity or water in a lab. It's the same as having a printing press or a typewriter. It's just the basic level of equipment that one needs to conduct research nowadays. It's absolutely crucial to the research enterprise.
So what kind of challenges do Canadian researchers face here, and how do Alliance support them?
It's a good question. So 3 key challenges, in my opinion, are capacity, capability, and competency. And I can address each one of those. So capacity is really, do we have enough computing capacity? Do we have enough CPU cores, GPU cores? Do we have enough storage to meet the needs of the research community? Capability, do we have enough specialized computing? For example, the ability to run very large simulations for climate modeling. Do we have enough GPUs in production for AI and for fundamental research on large language models? And then on competency, do we have the right training regime in place? Have we equipped the research community and our workforce with the right skills to do what they want to do it efficiently and effectively?
So how do Alliance support the smaller institutions or projects that has fewer resources than the prominent universities?
So I think that's actually the beauty of the model that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Every person in Canada with an appointment at an academic research institution or a hospital or a college can have access to our systems. Sign up for an account, that's it. So in terms of accessibility, I think the model takes good care of that, and then the people that we have, either in our organization or at our service delivery partners, provide excellent technical support, domain knowledge. They can help you do what you want to do. So if you're from a large institution or a small institution, it doesn't matter. We can meet your needs and help you do what you want to do as a researcher.
So with cybersecurity being a critical part of building and managing digital research infrastructure, what are the main challenges in protecting science, technology, and innovation ecosystem from cyber threats?
Okay, so cybersecurity is an interesting topic, and we just heard some sessions as well about research security, and those two join together really nicely. Everyone has a role to play in cybersecurity in particular, and research security too, whether it's the researcher or a member of a researcher's team, our organization, our service delivery partners, the network provider like Canary, Government of Canada, provincial governments. We all have a role to play in cybersecurity. At the Alliance, one of the things that we've done is made an investment in cybersecurity best practices. We've rolled them out to our service delivery partners. We are continually improving our cybersecurity posture nationally at the host sites, and including training for users as well to understand best practices in their research.
Since you mentioned the research security, And we have been talking a lot about emerging technologies, AI, and in this context, how do you bring the researchers to work together, like, from the alliance?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So in the context of research security, we have to strike the right balance between open and fair access to data and protecting people's intellectual property and protecting the interests of the research community and the Government of Canada. How we bring people together on that is something that we're still working on, really. Training and education around cybersecurity, as I mentioned, as well as engaging with the funding agencies, engaging with the research institutions as well, to make sure that everybody's aware of their risks, their exposure, and what they can do to protect themselves.
So when people or the researchers come or together, bring their research together, do they have different kind of understanding of sharing or managing data? For example, in healthcare or in manufacturing, it will not be the same, probably.
Right. So those discipline or domain-specific approaches to research data management and sharing practices are something that we're, very aware of. We have a pilot project that's ongoing right now for controlled access management to sensitive data. It's a pilot. We're running it to learn about some of the, features and challenges around providing that class of service. It's going to inform the design of services in the future as well that will help people, regardless of their domain, protect sensitive or proprietary data.
So, since you have experience in different industries, have you noticed the differences or the changes over the years?
Oh, that's a really good question. Coming from the private sector in a firm that did engineering software, protection of IP was very, very important. Similarly, in the automotive sector, protection of IP, of our intellectual property in terms of either know-how or product design, was very important. The academic sector is quite a bit different. It encourages, and as it should, sharing, openness, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
But we do know that the Government of Canada and provincial governments see a need to help people understand the risk that comes along with that. So there are some risks, but there's also a lot of benefit from collaboration.
So considering the emerging technology, improvement in communication technology and openness, what do you think about international collaboration?
I think international collaboration is something that the Alliance already supports, for example, on large physics projects like the Square Kilometre Array and so on. International collaborations have to be thought of very carefully, evaluated very carefully in accordance with the Government of Canada's rules. But I think they really do advance science and scholarship.
Okay, so what is your opinion on the value of the Canadian Science Policy Centre and its position in the community as a connection hub, knowledge mobilizer, and incubator in the science and technology scenario?
I think it plays a really important role in bringing the community together, in catalyzing conversations, providing an opportunity for us to have really interesting conversations and hear from government, hear from academia, hear from allied organizations from Canada and around the world. So it brings a lot of value. There are a lot of really interesting discussions that are going on here.
So thank you very much again, and it was a really pleasure to have you.
All right, thank you.